What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on these analysis. We're going to be looking at Nvidia today. So we were riding up this initial trend line, established pretty well. We had one, two, we got this third bounce, and then we fell through. It looks like we tried to get a push back up to retest it, but it kind of just failed all the way through. We were creating a trend line here initially, but now it looks like we're actually creating a steeper trend line to the downside. So if you take it from here, you can see that that's kind of where we're at the moment. So could be a possibility that we push up to this level and continue on down to retest this level. But if we get a little bit of bullish momentum, then maybe we could actually break through this, retest, and then try and break through this trend line here. Then same thing, retest, and then move on up. Sentiment's been bearish overall. We had this one good week, and then it looks like it's trying to like push itself back down. So the next two targets, we have 103 to about 106, and then to the downside we have about 92 to roughly 88. If we fall underneath 88, then we could see 78 to about 75, 76. And to the upside, if we break this zone, we could potentially see, I would say 114 to 116, roughly in there. Overall, though, it's still Nvidia. It's a solid company. These should be buying opportunities if you believe in the company and what they're doing and their future. On the SMAs, we're underneath all three. We want to get above all three again. And it's starting to not look the best here on the weekly SMAs, as we have the 20 crossing underneath the 50. So hopefully we don't get the cross completely, but there's a strong chance that we will, and that's a bearish sign. But remember, this is also a lagging indicator. So this cross could really be like this move here, and it hasn't really accounted for anything to the upside. So maybe we can start ramping upward, and this thing can start going back up. So maybe it crosses temporarily and then crosses right back, and the 20 reclaims the 50 and moves upward. On the daily Bollinger Bands, we made it back to the green band roughly. We have a little bit of space, but it's enough to maybe get a bounce here and make our way back to the blue band. Hopefully we don't get rejected, and we can actually close above it and then push up to the red band. And we're kind of in the same spot here on the weekly, waiting for the same idea. Nvidia has been following global liquidity up until this last point here. This last move down, it looks like we're starting to experience it here. So let's see if this ramp upward will take it with you. It usually follows pretty well with some kind of lag to it. At this point, it was kind of almost in tune with it, but as you can see, there's some kind of lag. Not a huge lag, but because global liquidity affects the entire market. Some are more correlated than others, but it looks like Nvidia happens to be one of those companies that is tightly correlated with it. On the daily RSI, we have fallen underneath the moving average, and we kind of had like a double top. Let's see if we make it back to oversold territory, or we kind of turn back around quickly and make a move higher. Maybe we get something like this where we fall underneath shortly, maybe double bottom, and then push up. On the weekly, we are in a very, very steep downtrend. It's a very steep downtrend right now. And it looks like we're respecting it again. We got a rejection off of it, pushing down lower. Let's see if we make fresh lows, or if we can finally break out of it and move up to this moving average and reclaim that. We tried doing that here in this move, and it kind of just got a double top and pushed back down. On the daily MACD, it looks like we had some kind of double bottom being formed, but maybe it's going to end up being a triple bottom, hopefully. So we were saying that this could have been a double bottom right here, but now it looks like it's curling back down. So maybe it ends up going like this, and then we get the triple bottom before we make our move up, which is good. I mean, it's still on track with what we're saying. It's just a little bit delayed, so that's not a big deal. On the daily MACD, as you can see, we did break below the orange, and we're starting to get bearish candles formed now. And on the weekly, we're already in bearish territory. We fell underneath the dotted line, the 0 point, but there has been a decrease or some kind of steadiness in the volume, and we haven't seen an increase. We're kind of stalled out right now for the past 3 weeks. So hopefully we can start seeing some candles dropping down and turning white before we get some nice green candles like we see here. And on a large scale, when you pull a fib from here, we're still looking very good. We have 8 days left, but we are still holding the golden zone, the 0.5 to 618. It's a strong continuation in the bullish pull right here. So this could just be a bounce right here to continue up higher. Could just be a buying opportunity. And on the weekly, you can see we pushed above it, and now we're playing back on that golden zone again. So hopefully we can maintain this golden zone for the week and make our way back up to this 113 level and 114 level and push up higher in the next coming weeks. And to the downside, it looks like we've actually just ended up playing off of the golden zone to the downside. So when you pull it, when you make a bearish pull here, so from this point to here, it looks like when we ran up, we ran right into the golden zone at the 0.5, and we got rejected very hard. But that doesn't mean that we can't turn back around and make our way back up to the golden zone again and try and make a decision to push up higher and reclaim this and push up higher. I can definitely see that happening, and maybe we end up forming that W shape like we see here. Maybe we push a little lower to retest this level before we make our way up and create a double bottom and push up higher. That's all I have for you guys on Nvidia. I'll see you in the next one.